Welcome to Baldur's Gate 3 Act 1. I am Sammy, this is Sammy, you are Sammy, we are all Sammy. And today we are in the Underdark. Previously, meaning yesterday, we found a dwarf who was trapped around some exploding mushrooms. We may have experienced brief alternate realities where everybody died from explosion. Well, I guess it was only Shadowheart and the dwarf, but people died from explosions. And we learned that if we really want to fully finish that area, we need to come back with Shadow Step. Otherwise, we're in trouble. We're going to get blowed up. We also... Trying to think what else we did. We found a crazy drow. He just jumped us at one point, but he pointed us in the direction of the Susor bark, and we were able to make a really sick dagger out of that. Then we assisted Glut with his little problem, and when we were done with him, he wanted to start a new circle and take over the other circle, the circle that hired us. And so we had to put Glut down. But, you know, now we have been showered with titles from the original mushrooms. And, you know, we feel pretty good about ourselves. We are currently inside of this tower in the Underdark. I forget what the tower is called. But there we have the mushrooms in order to go back to the Mind Flayer and give those to him and have him figure out what he can or cannot do with our brain worms. Although I don't know if I'm going to trust him, because he made it sound like we need to be changed in order for him to figure out what happened. And I'm like, no. But, you know, maybe I'll save and we can explore and we can see what happens when we go down that route. And maybe it will traumatize us, but we can always reload and pretend that none of it happened. But for now, I do want to finish exploring this tower. I've turned off all the booby traps. I've turned on the elevator. So if you've probably seen him running around, Scratch has something for me. So I'm going to, you know, chat with him for a minute.
Clenched between his teeth.
Give that here. He'll bring me stuff frequently, or at least he has. I don't know if he always will. Aw, then let's pet him. Always reward him.
Scratch's tongue lolls out happily, his tail wagging even faster.
Aww. Okay, we can officially leave, and we got another salami, the weaponized food. One of these days, I might do a salami run, just for my own edification. Like, I shouldn't be planning ahead. I'm trying to complete my first playthrough, but you can't play a game like this without imagining other ways to play it, little micro challenges that you can present to yourself. Anyway, we should be safe to wander around. The next room above us was the booby trap room with the towers, but I believe that they have been completely shut off. I think when we get up there, everything is turned off. Yeah. Yep, can't interact with it, can't do anything with it. Hello, French fries! It is good to have you back. I am currently just looking around, seeing... Maybe I can get her to examine this? I want to do like an arcane check on this because I don't think it's really filled with these things. If you know what I'm saying, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't think that whoever set up this chest of the mundane did this. I trimmed it. It was getting a little warm. I meant to just kind of trim the sides, and then things got a little out of hand, and so the beard shrank by a couple of inches. Well, I appreciate it, but just know I am back to growing it out again. I may attempt to keep it a bit cleaner, but I do like the shaggy look. It is the look that I enjoy the most. Okay, where am I? What is this place? Let's see what's in your wooden chest. We got some gold. We got some silver. I am the wrong person.
No time to rest.
Gotta be careful. You're correct. That is where I am. So there's still... Oh, I know what those dots are above me. Those were the undead. Alright, looks like just an epic poem. Likely not important. I'm gonna pick that up.
The disc is formed from slate and engraved with Dickian's.
That's exciting.
Examine them closely, but can't make much sense of them. Without a cipher or primer to aid you, the disc's message could be near impossible to discern.
I need to stash it in my pack and give it to Lae'zel and see what she thinks, but I'm going to investigate because I enjoy having a chance to roll a die. So what I need to roll is I need to roll a 17 and then a 4 on the guidance, or a nat 20. Let's just get the nat 20. If we get a 3, boo. I'm going to use 1 inspiration, and if I can't get it, then I am stashing it and taking it over to Lae'zel the next time I go to camp. Yep, didn't get it. So that's okay. It can go back into my pocket.
No matter how hard you try, you can't make any sense of the symbols. You should take the disc to Lae'zel. She
Yep.
might know more about it.
That is correct. It would have been rad to just roll a nat 20
Lae'zel might know.
and get it. Just have it, and it's mine. Okay, we'll pick that up. Nothing in this pile of books, a row of books. Okay. Let me grab both of those and then send that to Gale, as I usually do. One day I'll... Oh, I don't have an infinite pocket, unfortunately. I've thought about downloading, a no carry limit mod because I've got no carry limit on gold. I downloaded that mod, but now I'm like, oh, I probably should have gotten the weight limit as well because I like to carry everything.
Seems like the owner was quite the literary type.
Oh my goodness. Okay. My dearest Lenore. We will grab you. Ooh, a dimension door. Send that to Gale. I like having all this stuff. Yeah. I mean, if you gotta spend your beard hairs for that. Let me see, which one was it? It was... I think it was read something. Nope, that was not it. Don't do read something. That's expensive, and it's an actual book. I think it was item description. I need to reword that. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me find a book. I will learn all the buttons that I need to press. Okay, so there was a handwritten note. This was it. L'amour. So this is the one that we are going to do. Dearest Lenore, I'm not sure I should say this, but your last letter really worried me. Why in all hells would you tame a bouillette? Just because you found it near Myrna's grave doesn't mean that it's a sign. I'm really worried about you, Lenore. A boulette is not a pet. Using it as a guardian is one thing, but you sound quite taken by it. I know you don't want to come back before you finish your research, but if you are feeling lonely, you know my door is always open. Lots of love and hugs, Amarith. P.S. It really warms my heart to hear that you put the crocus, holy crap, autumncrocus flowers on Mira's grave. Autumncrocus. Autumn crocus? Is it meant to be autumn crocus or autumn crocus? It really looks as though I should... Autumn crocus. Autumn crocus? Lame. I remember she liked to roll around in them, even though she'd always sneeze after. She was such a soft, loyal dog. I wish there was more I could do. I killed a boulette. I wonder if I killed someone's pet. And if I did, I apologize. Oh, crap. Let me find this, read an item description, edit, and we are going to say... There. Points remain the same. Description has changed. Because I think that is better. Autumn crocus is a real flower. Ooh, I got what feels like an eye bogey. But apparently it's 2 words. And so in this fictional world, it is 1 word. And therefore, you know, hard to read. Autumn crocus. They're like a light lavender, purple-ish shade, maybe pink, somewhere in that neighborhood. And there you go. There was a dog. He liked to roll around in those flowers. The dog is dead, and whoever lived here found a boulette, one that I killed, so I might be a bad person. Let me examine this picture. We're gonna pick it up, but oh wow, that's cool. I like it. Eventually I'm gonna have to start giving things to Karlach, because she is the one who really carries things for me. An engraved disc of Githyanki origin containing a complex cipher that can decrypt ancient Gith dialects. A useful discovery if one should encounter such archaic writings, which I have. Don't ask questions, French fries. Especially if you don't want to know the answer to it. And it is a horrifying reality. The writing on this torn-out strip of paper is shaky and blotted with tears, making it barely legible. The silence stretches on. I'm all alone. Please, can I hold your hands for just a while? We'll pick it up. Obs. But now, can I use the cipher on the artifact? Forgive me a moment while I look around. I mean, they're not. Like, when I scroll back to the top, you'll see that I have almost encumbered myself. But I can carry a lot because I'm a fairly strong dude. My strongest ally is Karlak. She's got the muscles. But after her, it's me. I'm the next strongest, and it's because I'm an orc. It's not my dexterity mod. It is my natural strength as an orc that allows me to have a fairly high carry limit. But Karlak, our barbarian, and then Lae'zel, those are the two who can actually carry a lot. Okay, I am trying to find the artifact that I picked up, which is a cipher. And so we gotta see if... Okay, that was the war map. Okay. There it is. I want to combine. I'm trying to play this like an old 90s point and click adventure where it's like, combine the items. Good call on the water, French fries. All right, but we have it in our hand. So if I were to find the ancient, let's see. Right, was it ancient? No. Coded? Githyanki? Arg. I'm looking for Githyanki as a word in one of these. There it is. The careful art. No, that was not it. It was the disc.
Circular symbols are etched on the disc.
Use the cipher, baby!
A pattern forms as you gaze at the disc, and from within that pattern, a story emerges. The Prince of the Comet, Part 1. So it was that we were free from Gake shackles and turned our blades on each other. The heavens were shattered.
That was what I failed.
The empire was divided in two. Gith travelled to the Hells to broker help for her people, her cause. Vlaakith would have you believe Mother Gith proclaimed her our queen. Lies. Gith made no such proclamation. Vlaakith seized the empire against the mother's wishes, but Gith had nurtured a son, Orpheus, Prince of the Comet, the true heir. He knew Vlaakith's treachery. Orpheus rallied Gith's honor guard and declared the throne for himself. The War of the Comet had begun. It's an intriguing tale, and a forbidden one, given how expertly it was encoded. Lae'zel will surely want to know of this.
Indeed. So, when I go into camp, I'm going to need to figure out how to get her into my part. Well, figuring out how is the easy part. I'm going to get her into my party, give her this book, this glyph, and then we'll see what she says. And then when you said, why no investigation, that was the thing where it had a difficulty challenge, or a difficulty class of 20, meaning that I would have to roll a 17 and a 4 or a nat 20 in order to get it. It won't show the whole thing, and it will be quite annoying, and you will get time out for the rest of the day. So just so you know, don't do it. But in terms of like copyright protection, there's not enough on the screen for it to do that, and I don't know if chat is moderated in that particular way. Like, I don't know if there are bots that do that. But it would be a bad move in general, so I would say just don't do it. I can answer a little bit towards legality, but I'm not a lawyer, so don't take what I say as legal advice. That would be a bad move. A button? Of course I'm gonna use it. Let's see what the button does.
Strange place for a button, especially one that doesn't work.
Or it worked in a horrifying way. What is this? Sammy, if you've got space for another ring, you're wearing this one. And then, of course, we'll just grab that. He doesn't have any magic rings! Okay. So now, as long as he has this equipped, Arcana and Religion checks will get a +1. And I'm pretty sure both of those are related to intelligence. Maybe... I think... Well, I don't care. Even if it's wisdom, then I'm getting a bonus. I want a stat boost. That's the point that I'm making, and I'm getting my danged stat boost. Okay. I want that statue. I want that bust. That's what you call a statue of a head. A bust.
I spy with my little eye. Nothing of note, really.
I thought for sure that it was going to let me see whatever was on the other side of that telescope. I was getting excited. I'm robbing this place blind. I just needed to say it out loud just to make sure that we all were on the same page. And now let's quick save because I believe in the next room I saw the undead. And when you see the undead, they sometimes try to turn you into one of them. So let's go. Oh.
You know these words. They are from the opening stanza of a play you found in this very town.
Oh, thank goodness. It's a good thing to read all of the books. Oh no! Well, the only thing that has a quote is number 1, so I'm doing it. Or art thou friend, a rescue from my lonely wake? So we can do... I'm gonna continue... Arg. So I think number 1 invites them to be guests in the party, which might be quite handy for the next area that we're going into in the Underdark. But I want to know, what is this place? Who are you? But what if that was not in the play that I read and it triggers them to attack me? Live with our consequences. No, I'm gonna invite them.
Don't be afraid, sweetheart. What can I do? Would you like a hug?
I think I do. I think I do want a hug. I want a hug. Let me have one.
Come here. Just a moment.
His arms are too tight and too low for a comfortable hug, as if he's meant to be embracing someone slightly shorter.
Okay.
You are lovely and so much. Everyone will be so proud of
I don't know who Lenore is, but she got some issues. Okay. So these dudes, they were not undead, and that's cool. They're just animated armor. I cannot interact with them. I cannot speak to them. There's no red outline, so this should not be considered theft. Yeah, I'm gonna grab it all. But man, it would... I don't like that it's a temporary potion of animal speaking, and I really need to make sure that I actually cast it as a ritual. Just so if I run into animals, I've got a couple of people who can chat with them. But I want Sammy to talk to animals, and that means I gotta use a potion? Okay. Send everything to Gale. Whoops. Eventually, you know, because I have 1,700 gold, I'm going to want to select Gale and go through every single spell that he has not learned and that he can learn and attempt to learn them. And then everything that's left over will have to go to Shadowheart, who I think is the next most likely to learn things. But as you see, I am very nearly full up. So I am going to need to give some of my stuff away. And I usually think the best place to start is with foodstuffs. So like this one, that's camp supplies. I need to essentially find all of those. There we go. Just select everything and send them over to Karlach. I could also send them to camp in general, and that should allow me to just grab it, but when I played this game a couple of years ago, that was not the case. There was a tutorial message that said, hey, just put your food in the stash, and then you'll be able to select it when you camp. And then I tried, and it was like, you don't have any food. Why do you think that you can eat this? And I was like, but it's in the stash. Let me use it. So I don't trust. I have trust issues now. Next, I think... we can take a look at the equipment that he has. The weapons I like to throw, so I don't want to get rid of them, and the rings aren't weighted, but a lot of this other gear that is not currently equipped, I just have Sammy holding on to it in case I need to feed it to Gale, but anyone can hold on to these things. Like, I will hold on to these pieces of jewelry so that way if I have to sell them, I've got them available, but Karlach can hold on to everything else. And that gives me a little bit more opportunity to carry stuff. I do need to put all of my books away. And maybe I'll start making a list of the books that I have read. I don't know. We'll figure all of this out. Okay, so this bedroom appears to have been abandoned for a very long time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm over here worrying that I'm going to run into Lenore, but I don't think she's alive anymore. Like, I don't think she's coming back. The paper is torn and patched in many places, as if it was well used but treasured. On it is a small poem without a name. These empty sheets are all that's left of you, the last of all the thoughtless gifts you gave. I will hold on to them. It's all that I can do. I can't throw them away. I've never been that brave. Neat. Kind of harsh, but neat. And I feel like we have fully explored this tower. I was scared of it. I got beat up a few times by traps, but all in all, the Arcane Tower was a resounding success. I think what I'm going to do is leave through the front door, and if that turns into a problem, like if someone attacks me, then we can move on. The only thing we have not figured out, and I could always just have Karlak carry this until we figure it out, was this one. If we examine it, it says, looking at this chest fills you with a suspiciously overwhelming feeling that there is absolutely nothing special about it. So it is clearly meant to be like, oh, but I can't pick it up because it's too heavy. No! How do I get to see it?
Where am I needed?
If there were 204, what I need is to, get very, very strong, but I need to look into this and see if there's something that can be done.
No one back home will ever believe this.
But in the meantime, it's too heavy to pick up. We've ransacked the whole place, grabbed everything else. Now we can actually safely explore this area. Of course, we did already do most of it, but I ran away instead of trying to find that bronze ingot. I was like, no, I'm gonna get killed. Okay, so genuinely nothing else in this area. An empty chest. We are golden. Okay. No reason to walk like this when we could always zip on over. And here, we are going to quick save because we're going to see what happens when we attempt to get the worms out of our head. Because I don't know anything about this guy. But here is Omalum, and I have the mushrooms he wants.
I greet you, child of the sun. How has your search for the mushrooms fared?
Let's see. I found those mushrooms you were looking for.
These are fine specimens. It will only take me a moment to brew them to proper potency.
Omeluum turns away to prepare the potion, lost in its own musings.
You must drink the entire draught. I can make no promises as to its taste.
Let's ask first. Let's just ask first.
It will lower the psionic defenses around the lava. If I cannot remove it, I may still be able to tell you more about its origin.
Omeluum watches you with cautious intensity. It expects doubt. It expects fear.
Okay, what aren't you telling me? Is this experiment dangerous?
Only in that you may be a danger to yourself. What the potion may make you see or feel, I cannot determine. But unless you are already a step from death, it will not kill you.
Okay, so it sounds like if you had 1 or 2 hit points, don't drink the potion. But I'm at full health. I have saved. The worst thing that can happen is I get turned into an elithid.
The acidic liquid tightens your throat.
I failed a constitution check.
It's a bolt of agony straight to your stomach.
Not a drop left. Very good. As the potion influences your mind, you may find yourself acting irrationally.
I'm worried.
Try and stay focused.
We almost changed once.
Its finer boundaries. You are fluid, but trapped like a creature suspended in amber.
Obviously, I'm going to do the monk saving throw to use meditation to clear my mind. But at the same time, like, why not dive in? Isn't that what... I've forgotten his name. Elmalum or something? Didn't he just say to, like, go for a ride and see what happens? Let's stare into the swirling abyss and see if it stares back.
You're sinking into a starless void that has no end. The connection between mind and body draws thin and tight. The tadpole spasms, seizes. It's fighting the potion even harder than you are.
Well, I wasn't fighting it.
Your mind like knives of ice. The parasite digs deeper, as if it needs to hollow out your skull.
Oh boy! So I could drown out the tadpole by focusing on a tune, I could resist the panic from within, or I could wall off my mind from the psionic seizure, or I could just give in and be fearful. Remember, it's fighting the potion too, and it's fighting the potion harder than I am. I'm thinking about resisting the panic, but I'm still like, let's go for this ride. Let's go for the ride. Let the terror take me.
A wave of psychic force batters your mind, cruel and calculating. You are nothing to it. You are small. The parasite swells with power. More power than you have ever.
I might have made a boo-boo.
And twists, lashing out against that which would dare to.
Am I going to turn into a mind flayer?
Parasite in your mind quiets, pleased with itself.
Omeluan, are you well?
That lava is like nothing I have ever observed before. Its power is unsettling.
I felt it grow inside me. There's more power than ever. That's the one that I'm leaning towards. Because the other two are very confrontational, and I don't get... I get the impression that the game wants me to hate this guy for existing, and that's not my character in general. So I'm not leaning that way as a player. I'm going to go with number one. If I felt it grow inside me, there's more power than ever.
Such an outcome was not in my calculations. There is more to this being than mere stasis.
what's next? Cutting off my own head? So I went through all this and the tadpole's still lodged in my brain. 1 and 2 are the ones I'm looking at, because I don't care about the power of the tadpoles. I ate like 2 of them and increased my powers, and I have felt guilty ever since. It doesn't seem like anybody in my party was into that idea. And now I'm just like, do I get more power and really give in to the tadpole? But the person who keeps haunting my dreams, they made it sound like I've already done enough to have completed whatever their goal was. You know, so if by consuming a tadpole, period, it is game over and I'm just going the long way, then I have done just that. But if there are conditions to be met, then I have no idea where I fall on that. So, this is a bit of a whiny answer. I think I'm going to go for the jovial, haha, let's be sarcastic, but also not really type of answer. What's next? Cutting off my own head?
Such crude destruction may not waylay a lava like this, but there is another possibility. I possess a ring of mind shielding. It prevents elder brains from noticing my presence.
Ugh.
It will remove the lava, but it will limit its influence, both positive and negative. I would offer it as a gift, but in truth, the ring is priceless. Is there anything you could offer me in turn?
I could offer him a larva, one that I have not consumed. See, I don't want his ring, period. So I'm gonna offer this. I'm only offering it because I want to keep the conversation going, and I don't think it's worth it. Like, I'm fine with just being like, nope, deuces, we're out. Because I don't want the ring, so I'm just gonna leave.
Have you spoken with
Awesome. I got poisoned. So poison is not like a Final Fantasy game. Like, I shouldn't be losing hit points, but it does put me at a disadvantage for a while.
Perhaps after I finish my research here, I'll join her.
There's no point in undoing it. It'll wear off before. We can take the long way and just kind of hoof it over. One thing to remember is that we were given permission to collect the treasure, but they said before you do that, would you do us one more favor? And I interpreted that as meaning, don't get the treasure yet. Wait until you have done this other job, and then the treasure might be better. Alright, the poison is worn off. I'm getting stuck on the map. Okay, so I want to hang a left and head that way. There is a mushroom that I could get over here and sell to one of these merchants for a lot of money, supposedly. But I could have also used that mushroom to heal the lady who was up here, but I found the antidote and healed her that way. So at this point, going back for that mushroom would really just be for profit. But I don't think there's anything left to explore in this region. There are not usually random encounters that I have ever experienced, so I haven't been worried about running around. Any exploded booby traps could still kill me, but I usually try to deal with those right away if I can. Okay, before we go, I am going to save. I'm at half health, so that really did beat me up a lot, but I'm fine. Like, I could probably survive a combat encounter. Maybe.
A vessel wobbles on the lake's murky waters.
Let's sail into the darkness. Everybody knows when you're on a boat, you just get on it and it takes you where you want to go. It would be cool if you would roll a dice and figure out where you landed the first time and eventually find where you're looking for through blind guessing. Ruh-roh. Are we gonna have a sea battle?
You! What are you doing on Gek's raft?
I was not anticipating an instant death encounter. Okay. I'm gonna talk through the things that I am thinking. First is intimidation. I get a natural +1. I think I get a +1 just from being an orc, but this says I've got +3 to it, and I don't know where the other 2 are coming from. Deception is a charisma check, and I don't love lying. Like, that's not what a monk would do. I could use the brand that I let them give me. Or I could reach into his brain and probe his own thing. Or I could start fighting. Just start a battle right away. I think reaching out interests me. No, I went through the process of getting this brand. I'm going to do it. It's a +3. Nobody's going to give me guidance? Oh, those jerks. Couldn't have just tapped me on the shoulder while I was walking by. That's fine. I don't need their guidance. I'm very persuasive.
All right. No reason to get your tongue in a twist.
I didn't say anything.
Let's get you to shore. You'll need to report to the sergeant. You lot, keep patrolling. I'm heading back with this one.
You continue forward in silence until the lights of a camp twinkle through the murk.
Okay. So we got through that without issue. I was confident in my fighting ability, but not in my staying on the boat ability. And I imagine that if anyone had pushed me off the raft, that's an instant death, no saving throws, no revives, just gone. And I don't like those kinds of fights, and we're gonna have one of them in this location. This was not the last thing that I did in this game when I played it years ago, but it's pretty close.
We've got a welcoming party.
A welcoming party.
Time you showed up, we got trouble.
What's our trouble?
Sergeant finally choked on true soul Nere's prick.
Rugno. The twat soul caused a rockfall. Trapped tighter than a ring on a fat finger.
You're shitting me. You pay up?
That's the trouble. He's got the gold on him. Sergeant's arm is falling off with all the gnome slaves she's been beating.
Interesting.
Sahun Greyman. Another slave for the dig.
Then why do we even have this as an option? Clearly I did something different than what would have given me any dialogue choices, so by all means, please, continue.
That's so.
You feel the slightest of stirrings in your head. The Dwergar is not infected, yet your minds resonate.
I'll be. You ain't shitting. Felt the tingle.
Okay.
Soul chum owes us a load of coin. You want through? Make a donation.
Interesting. I'm not giving you a single coin.
Unclog your hole. Just shitting around. But I'm warning you. That twat soul ain't settled up soon. There'll be hell to pay for the lot of you cult buggers.
Okay, this is interesting. And again, no dialogue choices. We got an autosave going, and now we've got at least 4 objectives available to us. So let's take a quick look. Thing number 1, return to the other side, and we can do all 3 of these things. But who is the trapped man? Oh, I forgot to do that. Okay. When I go back to the Sovereign area, I forget what that location is called, that's when we can do all of those, so I'm not too worried about them. That is the surface, I think. I'm shocked that I have never found the Sharon Temple, but maybe we're here finally. And then we've got the deep gnomes who have been enslaved. The person we rescued back in the mushroom colony, she was like, please help the rest of my friends and family. And now we have heard that Nere is here. So, let's go exploring. Can't steal things, so we shouldn't be tempted. I'm thinking I'm going to hang a left.
Dead drow, publicly displayed.
Interesting.
Dwergar is sending a message.
I don't want to get too close to the slaves, because I know that that's going to kick off a combat encounter that sucks. I've never had it go well. So the reason this sticks out in my head is because of this dot right here. If you've ever heard the phrase save scumming, that is when you save the game and you make an attempt at something, and if you fail, you just load and do it again. And that was what I did here, because I would get in the fight and then immediately someone would get killed.
Company excluded, of course.
What do you gotta say?
Strangers here, but Absolute must have took you in.
Who hung these drow out to dry?
Me? Who else? My spiders sussed them out of hiding, then Nere taught them a thing or two, and I let them fly.
Interesting. Where did the drow come from?
Caught them sniffing around. Easy marks. Had the stench of the toplands.
Interesting.
There is a warning. Ain't no one droogs with Clan Flameshade.
That is very interesting. So, drow from the surface came down here. Okay, we can't go picking at their bodies, because that makes people angry. I am going to talk with these guys. Whoa!
You ain't been the same since that rock slide.
Ain't been the same.
I say you're... Unless you're here to kick some stiffs lakeside, I suggest you bugger off.
I hope you're checking them for loot first.
You gotta be kidding. These trash don't have nothing on them but rocks.
Rocks.
I'm gonna look. I don't want to start a fight because I think that's gonna start fights everywhere. Woo! Nat 20! Am I gonna pull out something awesome?
A shiny trinket on one of the corpses.
I don't like lying, and I don't like. I'm gonna go for the sleight of hand. Ooh, okay. So the minimum number that I have to roll in order to succeed is a 16. And the lowest is a 13, but then I need that D4 to be on my side. Let's see what happens. I've got a couple of points of inspiration. Ooh, that is not a 16. Roll again, please. Yep, do it. That's a 15. Excellent. And nobody noticed. No one suspects a thing.
You're starting to get on my nerves.
Nerves. Interesting. Alright, well, I don't know if standing around there is going to make him grumpy and make him want to get me. But I do want to look at his ring.
Let anyone in around here.
So it gives me invisibility. Will it replace the other one? No, it will not.
Get him packaged.
That is awesome.
You got that right.
Now, if I find something more suited to my monk, then I am going to take that off and give it to someone else. But for now, invisibility does seem like a very good spell, especially if I can cast it as a ritual. But I don't have any spell slots, so, like, we'll find out. Well, let's take a look. We got Speak with Dead. It just requires concentration. That is fantastic. Let's head this way. And it appears there is nothing else. There is a chest. It's just some arrows. We can send those to Gale. Nope, Asterion. I was like, Gale's not right. But now I think we can finally start looking at the this door.
You got that right.
It's not surrounded in red, and so let's see what happens if I try to open it. Okay, they didn't yell at me. I bet you can too. Let's go with a D4 of guidance. That should do it. Yeah.
I watch yours. I watch yours. Damn right.
I'm just gonna save in case I open the door and something tries to kill me immediately. All right, ooh. Everybody inside.
Anyone in around here?
Come on, everybody inside.
The scraps of a nightfall feast.
Okay.
To break bread in Shah's name, then spill blood in her name.
Did I find the temple?
Sacred rite.
No? There's a lot of silver that I could pick up and use as, you know, something to sell. Which is cool and good and all that fun stuff.
Something over there.
Over where? Over where? I have no idea what I perceived. There's all the silver. Looks as though there is a bookshelf over here. Nope, not a bookshelf. Like a window or a grate. It may have been a door once upon a time, but it certainly is not anymore. Okay. And I don't know what I perceived. Mug bowl, mug and bowl, ladle, iron pan, cauldron, iron pan, cauldron. What did we perceive?
That might be worth a look.
Well, we found a button. Okay, so maybe that's what I perceived was a trapdoor. I'm gonna save again because Dark Souls taught me to always expect that someone's about to blast me on the other side. If there's a door, someone wants to kill me on the other side of it.
That stone there's been pried loose.
Okay, can we move it? Why is the target too far? I have never understood how to move things. Okay, we'll just open the hidden stash. We're gonna grab the potion of healing, the gold. Now these are alchemical solutions. I've been collecting those as well, but at some point I am gonna need to figure out who to give them to. Because I don't know how to do alchemy. Or maybe I do, and I've never even tried. Like, I don't know. Oh. Well, an ambush is a good enough reason to save. Oh boy. There's poison already on the ground. Okay, I've got an idea. Will. How's about some vicious mockery? I thought there would be someone. I thought that was the whole point of telling me that there is an ambush. That I could see where the ambush is coming from. I guess not. Okay.
I would have wished to live in more interesting times.
Indeed. Let's do a quick short rest. Just so Sammy can get his hit points back. And there we go. Time to deal. Alright, so I usually start with my Eldritch Blast. He's only got 2 spell slots, and I almost always use those with either a counter spell or he's got a reaction, another reaction that deals damage, and I can't remember what it was called. So I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to hold on to my my other stuffs, my spell slots, and just go with my free attack spells. We're going to let him stay back.
Well, so much for peace.
Time to see if this hurts me. It does not. Yeah, I'll use my luck point. And then just a simple unarmed strike because we're We're really kind of knocking these dudes around. So I feel pretty good about it. I'm gonna fly into a rage. Probably shouldn't have done it next to my spellcasters, just in case this is a rage that hurts people. Okay, it's just difficult terrain. That's fine. Totally fine. And then let's try to finish this guy off. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Dang! And I think we got splashed with acid, which sucks. We'll see what happens. I don't know where the third one is, though. There is a third slime, and I don't see him. So am I, dude. Oh my gosh. Can't believe he would call me out like that. Because I'm also feeling a bit peckish. Good. We don't need to do any healing right now, so we're going to hold on to her spell slots. Ah, there he is. And he's able to throw acid. But he is going to get close to us, which is very, very polite of him. Let's toll the dead before we start trying to move. 14 is definitely not bad. And then I think I am going to move.
Blood comes easy these days.
Sammy, get in there and punch this guy like 3 times. That was one. Do it again. And a third one for me. Thank you. Yeah, I'll take it all. And I think I'll start moving towards the next one. Dang it. If dash were a bonus action for her, then I would be totally fine with that. But as it's not, I'm going to use my first attack. Excellent. We got Bane. And another hit. I'm good with it, and I hope that means that my rage gets to continue. Because I dealt damage, I didn't attack. Does it have to be like a melee? No, she is still raging, so that's fine. Grab everything. Okay, so she can't get him with that. And she has to be able to see him in order to get him with the sacred flames. But I'm going to give it a shot again, just to see what happens. Nope, can't get her. It. Can't get to it. Her. I don't see anything particularly useful. I could summon some spirit guardians, but I think I'm going to hold off on that. And then I've got that one little other shaped spell slot. I don't know what that's for. Ah. It's for duplicity. Channel divinity. So I have a few divinity-based spells. Okay, good to know. Nonetheless, I don't really feel like she's got great options for spells, so I think I'm going to just leave her back there. Excellent. Let's get you going with Toll the Dead. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Sometimes the only way out is through. Fall by my hand.
Indeed, let's do it. Make him fall by my hand. And another one! Excellent. So that was not too bad at all. There was a chest down here, so I just wanna get over and open it. Okay, gold, thieves' tools, and then wine. I'm gonna send the wine to Karlak. She's holding our supplies right now. And that really looked like a door to me, but I guess it's not. That's fine. That's fine as well. I don't need everything to be a door. Okay.
Tools and a thick rope. Someone climbed up from down below.
Well, I'll take the trap disarm kit. So where is... I'm assuming it's going to be a corpse that I'm going to find. Ooh. Glad to have a scroll of fly. I could use a scroll as a single item, or a single use item, rather, where, like, you read it, you cast the spell, but then it's gone, I think. I think that makes it just a piece of paper. But I've never tried. Always been like, let's just learn the spells. Alright, where am I? I do not know if I've been here before. All of that could change if we, you know, meet someone familiar to me, and then I'll be like, ah, yes! I know where I am! But right now, I just feel like I'm just kind of exploring at random. What is over here? Something shiny. Okay, it's just that. There's another pathway, but then we are done. Suppose we should save and enter in here and see what happens. I don't see any red dots, so I imagine we're pretty safe when it comes to, like, someone trying to kill me. There's a... oh, someone can see up there, so I might be getting close to a red dot. Door is locked. Alright, well, let's just spring the trap if it's a trap.
Hold it! I swear to Iron Hand. One more step and a blow us to chunks.
An ashen scent fills the air. The barrel is filled with smoke powder.
Careful. I'd rather not have to pick bits of gnome from my hair.
Shut your mouth, Hoon, or I'll shut you down.
I wonder if Hoon is just like a regularly sized person, because it sounds close to Hume, which I think is the name for humans in parts of this world. So maybe like all of the shorter races just call anyone who's taller than them a Hune. Okay. I'm gonna go the monk route and raise my hands.
I know what you are. One of Nere's cult goons. Sailed right in.
Now you
die in this shit-eaten, rotting moonrise. You want me? Come get me.
I'm not gonna do intimidation, even though I've got natural affinities for it. I could cast detect thoughts. If it fails, that sucks. Ooh, because it is likely to fail. I think that's the reason I always avoid it. Let's do it. Get some guidance. We got it.
Gerdal Ironhand, I have lived for you, and now I'll die for you.
All right. So the options that I'm thinking about are the new one. You'll not serve Iron Hand in death, but you might still serve him in life. The other ones that I'm looking at are the 2 persuasions and the call your bluff and be like, go ahead, blow us all up. But we went through the trouble of detecting her thoughts. Let's go ahead and use her thoughts against her.
What the drug? You know nothing of me, damn it! Shit! I can't do it. Go on, drag me to Moonrise. I'll make you cunt nutters suffer.
I'm not taking you anywhere, and frankly, I don't want the smoke powder because I'm afraid I'll blow myself up.
Well, aren't you sweet? I'm not stupid, you know. No such thing in Grimforge as kind hearts.
There are now.
Spit out what you want, and let's be done with it.
I mean, it's interesting. Maybe I could find a use for the smoke powder.
You want to barter with rune powder? Look, you have no idea what you're dealing with. Any true Iron Hand would trade their life for a grain of this stuff. It's
Okay.
the whole damn reason we're here, and I'm not leaving without it. Well, let me go. Maybe I'll spare you a vial.
It might be worth it. I'm going to do the history check. The italic text says that I'm asking the narrator. I'm asking the dungeon master. So let's go ahead and see if we can roll a 20. Well, a 19. But then we need 2 from guidance. So 20 is what I really want. We didn't get it. It's not worth it to me to use up all of my inspiration. I'm gonna hold on to that last one.
Notions of rumor and myth. Nothing solid comes to mind.
Deal. And then we'll put it in our bag of holding. Where will you go now?
I go where there's shit to stir. And there's no shortage of options. I'm getting gone. You ought to do the same.
Sweet. Alright, well, we got some rune powder. She is gone. Now, I remember talking to her before, but I remember, like, being able to say, hey, I saved your buddy who was poisoned. And now if you want, you can hang out with me or something. And so I was able to get some information about the people that I was about to fight. But apparently she doesn't want to give me that. Okay. Points of interest on the map are marked with black X's, aside from 2, which are identified by bold red circles, one on each level of the fortress. The words hiding spot are written within the upper level circle. The lower level circle is identified as smoke powder reserve. And then we'll just take everything. But yeah, might as well grab the supply pack. Thank you. And open everything. Okay, whoops. Hitting too many buttons. Wow, that skeleton had 54 gold on him? Okay. Mr. Moneybones. I mean, good on him. I'm not gonna talk bad about him. Alright, let's take a quick look at the map. As I look at this, I don't really see anything that looks like walkable terrain over here. So I think that I am pretty much done with this area. We got the smoke powder, or whatever it was called. We didn't have to kill anyone. That's always a bonus. I'm gonna try to lockpick this, because why not? Why not? Thank you. And now everybody knows that that door has been opened. Everybody can hear the creaking of metal on stone. Okay. Watch the acid on the ground, everybody. I know it's hard to skip, because one of it's right there. Oh, whoever that was. I think it was Will. Okay. I feel really good about all of that. We could pick up the silver and sell it later, but I'm not wanting for gold. Like, I don't need gold. Okay, could we get in here? Yes, we can. We could see this from here. Okay, there's nothing in that. What am I looking at? We'll use the button, and then I want to go and look at whatever this was. Collapsed archway. Oh, I get it. I understand. They were telling me I could use that to get through into here. And they're also telling me there's a question mark somewhere. Alright, send this to Karlak. Pick up the gold. Pick up the agate. Pegasus feather. Yeah, we'll pick everything else up. And now, I guess I'll pick up these smoke powder satchels. I have no idea if that is like actual smoke powder that I picked up though. Okay, well, I'm not worried about it. I feel as though this particular section has been thoroughly explored. We can go up the stairs, chat with all the dudes that were up there. I'm still trying to avoid combat if I can. I'm not worried about doing combat. I just would rather talk my way through a lot of these.
Stick shit.
It's skick pick, you piss pot.
That's what I said. Stick shit.
My mug's gone dry, stick shit.
You heard her, stick shit. Fill her up.
Now I can likely follow him, but I'm going to talk.
Stick shit.
Because it doesn't look like he's going anywhere.
Flirt. Now jump to it. Or it's up to the lift and straight to the shadows.
Damned slavers. Just the sight of them turns my stomach.
Indeed.
True soul, yeah? Tell the sergeant we won't move a pebble.
I heard a true soul was trapped. Shouldn't you be helping?
Hold out your hands, Hoon.
You heard the man. Let's see him.
Fine. Take a look.
5 working fingers. Nice and meaty. Prime for digging. You want Nere? You claw him out. My drinking hand's busy.
I don't like your attitude. Yeah, why not create a rift between the slavers and the true souls? Like, the cult of the Absolute appears to not be particularly friendly with these slavers, so I don't have a problem with making them look bad.
And I don't like pig shit, but damned if your mouth ain't spewing it. You want respect? Let your Absolute pay for it. Till then, bugger off.
Alright, well, hopefully...
Stick shit! Where's my drink?
Coming right up, piss pot.
Stick shit talks like smug, and he wrecked that shroom village.
And then shagged it.
Here's to smug.
Hmm.
Prick.
Okay, so I want to talk to him. But I want to make sure that he's not in range of someone else. Okay, let's chat. Oh, come on, come on. No need to be rude. I'm on your side.
My side? I heard the piss pot. You're a true soul, same as Nere. So like I said, piss off.
I'm gonna name drop Thula because I saved her and she asked me to do this favor.
Thula was mad as a rutting badger, but she weren't a friend of any true soul.
That's because I'm not
What about piss off?
a true soul.
Hold on. You aren't just talking shit, are you? Then shh. Keep it low.
You've been screaming!
Hear you. Now, why in the hottest hells would a true soul be helping me?
That's the thing. I'm not really a true soul.
Fine. Let's say I believe you. You want to kill these peckers. I'm not complaining. But you better finish the job, because I'll be the one to suffer if you don't.
Interesting.
Ain't you hearing me, prickhole? Piss off to every last hell.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So that was not very helpful in terms of my overall mission.
Shit. You got one of Nere's moon lanterns, Jacques?
No. So what? Maybe I could say a moon lantern. What's that?
Pixie lamps. If you're headed to Moonrise, you won't last without it.
Okay, so that's the gate to Moonrise.
Clogged with the death dark. Choke you in no time.
Okay, thanks for sharing. I'll keep it in mind.
Get some air, but don't go cursing me if that shadow shit snuffs you.
Good to know.
Sounds like the shadow curse. We must be getting closer to Moonrise. Perhaps we should seek out this Nere while we can, though.
Absolutely, of course. I don't want to say this in front of these dudes, but whatever. The moon lantern is the key to our survival. That means freeing Nere.
Agreed. Next stop, Nere.
I'm glad Will approves. But that is going to be our gate out of here. We have found it. I feel good about that. And you should as well. We should all feel good about finding the gate. Okay. As I said, I didn't want to go down this middle pathway because I'm pretty sure it leads right to both of these. And when I played it the first time, I got into a fight, like, immediately. And that may have been choices that I made earlier that kind of screwed me over, but I mean, I could kind of explore in peace after I've killed Nere.
What's a fort like this doing in the Underdark?
Anyone?
Whoever built it, they've let it rot for ages.
See, I'm kind of wanting to find this temple. So I think I am. I'm gonna hang a right.
But drow-sized at least.
The skeletons.
Quiet. I'm thinking.
Okay.
Probably inhabited by whoever those skeletons were the others found.
Who are you?
If you aren't here to inspect the stonework, then get lost. And if you are, well, I doubt you've got anything useful to say.
That was very helpful. I'm glad we had that talk.
How peculiar. Smooth face, cobbled edges. They're a sign. They must be. A sun dweller in these parts. Look here, my topside friend. I need fresh eyes, and I doubt I'll find fresher.
Alright, fine. What should I be looking at?
The rubble, all of it, if I may be so bold.
Okay.
Take a look. Tell me what you see, and be thorough.
Okay. Well, hopefully I can do all of these. Because I guess we'll start with perception, because that's what I've got the highest bonuses for. DC of 10 should be pretty easy. Only need a 6 or higher. We got it.
Several glassy stones stand out in the debris. Their borders are coated with tiny yellow crystals. The hottest of flames smoothed the stone and left sulfuric crystals behind. The fires of the hells have touched
Never mind.
Grimforge.
I was gonna say like a dragon. Okay, let's try the history and the investigation. Worst that'll happen is I fail, but we, only need a 10 or better to get it. Ouch. I'm gonna do it. Inspiration needs to be used. We're gonna ugh. Alright. So we have no idea what the history is.
Curves and golden edges stand out against the weathered masonry behind it. Consider the differences, but they mean nothing to you.
Anything standing out?
Can I do the last one? Yes. Let's see if I can actually get this one. 2 out of 3 would be better than nothing, and we did not get it, and that sucks. So, I'm kind of mad at Sammy for being so dense.
Boulders and stone bricks of various sizes clutter the corridor. Many split cleanly in two. Yet some walls remain fully intact. What this pattern signifies, you can't fathom.
Dang it.
What do you think?
I think I would rather have someone else look at all of this. Like Shadowheart or Will or Gale. Gale would probably be the best. Let's leave. Let's switch to Shadowheart.
A sun dweller in these parts.
Alright, fine. What should I be looking at? Thank you. Thank you.
Tell me what you see.
We're gonna do with her. She's got +3, just a flat d20, and then +3. So maybe she can do this. And whoever gets the most will be the one who gets to report their findings. All right.
Meandering curves and golden edges stand out against the weathered masonry behind it. 2 styles, 2 eras.
Okay.
The statue was carved from newer stone and erected by latecomers to this ancient fortress.
Okay.
Anything standing out?
And then we'll... perception we've already completed with someone else, but I don't think that it will carry over. So we just need to get a 9 or better. Ouch. This game does not want me to... to do that particular check. Yeah, it's going to be the same thing.
What do you think?
And then finally, perception. She's got 2 out of 3, assuming that she succeeds on this. Okay, good. I was like, it'll be close.
Several glassy stones stand out in the debris.
Oh, we've already seen this one as well. It's the 9 hells. All right.
Sulfuric crystals behind.
I think...
The hells have touched Grimforge.
I think it's worth it. 2 out of 3 is fine.
The statue is newer than the fortress, you say? So obvious in hindsight. Sulfur. Of course. The rocks have been altered by hellfire. Alas, you've left me with more questions than answers. My survey continues.
Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Of course, I would have liked for it to have ended better, but that's fine. He's got Speak with Animals turned on, so let's go ahead and chat.
Sleep.
Then do it.
Rest, little one, but do not take long. I feel his shadow.
Interesting.
I heard his name whispered. The rock shivers from the sound. The Ketheric Thorm.
Ketheric Thorm.
A familiar name. Halsin mentioned his stronghold deep underground.
The dark Justiciar, I think is how you pronounce it. Commander.
Mighty elf, cloaked in darkness. 10 masters ago, and 10 more.
Okay.
But I remember.
This guy's
There was
old.
the work and the blood. There was the Thorm's army. There was the Hellbeast that broke them. The Ketheric Thorm's name faded into stone until the Nere came.
That was a long time ago. What does Nere have to do with Ketheric?
I know not, so I say not.
You said.
Yet I hear his name again, said by the shadows.
Okay. So he's catching a vibe, I guess. What kind of hellbeast could have destroyed Ketheric's army?
I saw tusks and flesh, smelled fire and eggs.
And farts.
It came with the mask men, crashing and smashing.
Okay. Okay. And then let's go ahead and ask, how old are you exactly?
I outlived my mother, and her mother's mother, and many mothers beyond.
Strange.
Blessed to see many live, cursed to see many die.
All right. Well, that's all that I need from him. I'm just looking at a couple of things. Okay.
I've got a long road ahead.
So it appears that Nere has started kicking something up, or has awoken whatever was here before. So if there is like the spirit of Catherick or whatever his name is, then it's still here. I always worry that if I jump down, I won't be able to get back up. So let's hold off on jumping down. That is an area that I can jump to. It won't hurt me to do it. But let's just hold off. Let's just hold off a little bit. Is that a corpse? It is. Interesting. Dark Justiker's armor. This makes me worried.
As you look at the skeletons, you realize they are all clad in the same dark armor.
Dark Justicia uniforms. These were Shah worshippers. Her most elite warriors. Curious.
Is it? Did we find the temple? Whatever killed them made an enemy of a powerful goddess. Yeah, why not? Why not? I think Shadowheart is a Shar worshipper. I have to look this up. I don't care about gods in real life. Like, why am I gonna care about them in fake life? But heart worship. Okay, so I think Shar versus Saloon. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that she is a Saloonie or a Saloonite or whatever it's called. So I think she would be happy hearing Better Off Dead.
I'm sure they'd consider the feeling mutual
Nope.
if they could.
Now. Take a breath. Count to 10. This battle's been long finished. No reason to fight it again.
I did not Google very well.
This is the city Halsin mentioned.
Whoops. I had it in my head that she liked Saloonie or whatever it's called. And turns out she likes Shar. So I should have said the powerful goddess thing. But she's not my romance for this one. The only person who I desperately need to not betray me is Karlach. Everyone else can hate me. Alright, what are you guys doing?
Grab a cane and whip these Drugnin beasts into shape. That rubble needs clearing, and my patience is hanging on by an arse whisker.
It's an interesting sword.
A brute like you.
You want me to cane these poor beasts? That's the one I'm leaning towards, but if there were an animal handling, I'm not gonna go with the half-orc because I'm not offended by how people perceive me. I know the truth about what is inside of here, and so I don't care. I don't put much stock into what people say. So I think I would rather... Because we want to get Nere out, but that will start a conflict. And I have the smoke powder, or whatever it's called. So I can always blow a hole in the wall and get him out that way. But then I'm at risk of blowing myself up, which I am always scared of doing. So I'm gonna say this one.
Sounds like your ass wants for a lashing, the way you talk out of it. Something
Ha 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 ha.
dumb shits. So stop your jawing and get to working.
Who's behind the rubble? Or what's behind the rubble? I think they're talking about Nere, and I'm supposed to be sending these guys off to help Nere.
You got no need to know, and I got no need to tell. So get to caning or to leaving.
Okay. So +3 versus -1. I think I'm going to go the +3 route. I like rolling the dice. And this time it is dice because I'm rolling 2 of them. Neat.
Fine. Look at this. Adamantine. Stuff's no joke.
Okay.
Stronger than steel, rarer than mithril. It ain't mined. It's made. There's an adamantine forge back there, sure as shitting. Don't get any smart ideas. That forge is clan property. Get the beasts moving and I'll toss some coin your way.
I mean, he's one dude, but this could start fights with everybody. I can see what I can do. I want that forge. I want that adamantine forge. I don't know if I can use it yet, but I want it. I'm fighting him. He's a slaver. I don't like him.
Drugnin Hoon, I'll split you from head to hole.
Let's see what happens.
They have lost it. Put him down.
Okay, hopefully we can stop them from escaping or, you know, trying to get out. Wait, even these guys are against me? I was not anticipating that. I thought that the animals would go against the beast masters. Let's do 1 to each of them. Just to, you know, put some blood on the ground. And we will walk over. I really want to make sure there's no drums or anything. Anything that will alert the rest of the fortress. Alright, we'll just stand here for now. Counterspell, please. I've only got 2 of them in me. But it at least wastes his turn. Okay, Shadowheart. I think I want you to send a firebolt. 45 versus 55. It's a toss-up. I don't like rolling the dice like that, but 60% chance. I'm gonna do it. I hate it when it misses.
Time to push my luck again.
Alright, well, time to find out if those Rolf will fight me. I really hope they don't. Two. And why not? Number 3. And he's threatened, so if he tries to run away, I've got him. Interesting. Good, 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 good. Okay. It is going after Sammy. That sucks. That really kind of kind of burns my britches. I really I didn't want the animals to go after me. But if they're going to, then they're going to. There's one. Let's hit you for the second one, and we'll see what the Roth does. We're out of actions. We're out of bonus actions. Yeah, looks like they are only interested in fighting me. So I'm gonna have to kill the animals too. I didn't want to. I thought they would be like, yay, we're getting rescued, but no. They said, moo, I'm gonna kill you.
Coming through.
We'll toll the dead against you. It's not enough to kill him, even if we got, you know, the highest that we could. That's okay, we did do some damage. Yep, counter that. Last spell slot, totally fine. Wow. We're gonna need to heal. I think we're gonna go level 1 on Will. And I think everybody else is fine. We might... Yeah, I think we're gonna hold off on healing anyone else.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
And I just have to start fighting the animals. I don't wanna. Or I'll miss. There we go. Okay, that one's gone. Let's chop this one up. Good. And another one for this guy. That should be it. She doesn't have any bonus actions that really help. Like, magic awareness is good. It offers everybody something, but I think we're golden. I think we're fine. I don't feel all that worried about this last spellcaster. Oof. Unless, of course, he's able to somehow manage to get past me, but I'm gonna try to flourish him and take him out. Ugh. Alright, well, he can now cast spells without Will countering them. Good. Not good. Let's take the 75. And then I'm gonna go with a level 2. Level 2 for Sammy. And then I gotta consider it for Will. Probably should have done level 3, but whatever. We've already made our choices.
Let's go.
Good. I love it when they go reckless. Because that means I get advantage as well. I don't love that she's a barbarian and that allows her to take half damage. But we'll take her down. Man. Alright. Let's take her down now. Okay. Good. Will... Try to hit him with your sword. Good job. Alright, let's look at what they had. Let's look at loot. Send this to Garlac. No one's here to see us rob these guys blind. So I'm not really worried about it. Unless someone walks in, and then that'll suck. But dang it, I want the spoils of war. We have won this battle. I want my loot. Okay. Alright, let's grab just the camp supplies. That whipping cane is interesting. It's interesting, so I'm thinking about taking it. but I don't know if I really want to. I'm gonna take it. Yep. That's what they were telling us about. Are you surprised by this? Okay. Now, if I were to throw one of my smoke powders, would that blow it up? Alright, alright. I've got too much garbage on me, and that's the problem. I carry too much. Okay, there's a smoke powder bomb. Grab it. Toss it. Sweet! It worked! And nobody suspects a thing. Okay, so we can always come back to that. And I will, because I've been there before. There's a lot of jumping. There's a lot of stuff to deal with. And I kind of think... I remember having a very big fight where you have to essentially light your enemy on fire, and that's when you can do damage to them. But by lighting them on fire, you also make them stronger. I think they're able to hit you and light you on fire. So I kind of want to hold off and explore that later. So instead, let's continue exploring inside of here. I'm so embarrassed. So embarrassed that I didn't know that she liked Shar. Sitting here thinking, I'm making a called shot. She hates Shar. I'm gonna say, good thing they're dead. And she was like, you bastard. Alright, get a quick ban going. There we go. I'm gonna save. Alright, we are here now. These are the slaves. This is Nere. When we approach, I am worried that there's going to be a fight, and we're just going to have to deal with that fight. It is a tricky fight because there is lava, and one of the dudes in the fight likes to push people into lava. Additionally, away from the lava, there are a bunch of barrels that can explode. So that's why, you know, a quick save before we dive into this. And a short rest. Just to give ourselves the most hit points. If this falls apart and fails, then we will figure it out. Okay. I guess I can chat with some of these guys. This was the guy I rode in with.
Seen her run with a barrel under her arm. Just a small one, but enough to blow the drow out. Someone should grab it. Slaves are never gonna manage with pickaxes.
Go chasing maybes. The sergeants are ticket in.
Oh, would you look at that, Kerr? Someone's having a listen.
A shiver runs through you. Your mind is awash with ancient resentments.
True soul, no less. What do you think, Kerr? Should we take Nere's debt off him?
Maybe I shouldn't have spoken to him. I want Nere out, and it sounds like you have a lead.
I ain't parleying with more twat souls. And you got the stench. If I didn't know better, I'd say a mind flayer shat a worm in your brain. Should split your head open and poke around in there if you lot don't pay up. A stench? Ridiculous.
I'm no more a true soul than you. No, I'm in a... Ugh! I don't like either of these options, and I don't want to walk away. Give me a moment. I just messed up my hair. I pulled it right into my face where it will tickle my nose. Why can't there be a third? Why don't you go explore this area where I found the maybe that you were looking for, even though she's long gone? I'm gonna go this route.
The shiver returns. This time it's colder, sharper.
The stench don't lie. You're one of them.
I could go deception. I'm gonna cast detect thoughts. I gotta get an 11 or better for a guaranteed success. Let's roll. We get one shot, one opportunity. Okay, we got it.
Drunken true souls. Can still smell Nere from behind that damned wall.
Okay. That's not me you smell. You must still be catching Nere's scent. Or I could go the deception route and be like, I was a true soul. That cult lied to me. Now I want revenge. But I'm gonna go with the route that I got.
Hells, that's for sure. Could be alright. In that case, want to earn some gold?
Maybe. Depends. What do you need done?
Thrin's after the Absolute's glory. That's why she's got those slaves digging for Nere. But we ain't need glory, just coin. And Nere's got plenty.
Okay.
Help Thryn free Nere. Then you and my chums grind him up.
Okay.
Spoils, we'll drop you a fat cut. You in?
Yes. Yeah, I'm in. I'm not going to try to cut myself into even more spoils. I don't even want the gold. I'm in. I want to make this fight easier.
First, we need to take care of something. You've seen that weird orb floating about?
No.
Knife it. And don't get caught. The cult watches through it. And we can't risk more twat souls showing up.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
You're still standing about. Get on it.
Alright, let's leave. I gotta find this eyeball. But nobody can see me do it, apparently. Even these two guys that are here.
Then I'll stick Nere up, down, and sideways till he's more whole than flesh.
Let's try talking to it.
Stare into the eye. Your reflection stares back. The longer you stare, the more uneasy you feel.
Okay.
There is a presence. You are seen.
I don't understand how I'm supposed to get to this thing. This sucks. Let's attack the eye.
You attacked someone. Only the guards are allowed to do that, as this one is about to demonstrate.
Whoopsie! Alright, talk my way out of it. Any contact was entirely accidental. Arg! All of them are the same. I'm trying to pick for style. Like, what's the best for me? I'm gonna go deception. That is a high DC. Okay, well, we just need an 11 or better for a guaranteed success. That is not an 11 or better. I'm probably getting in a fight. I might have to reload.
Try your best, but your best just isn't good enough.
Alright, let's part with some gold.
Properly acquired coin weighs heavy on the conscience. The bribe may have worked this time, but it won't work the next.
Where was this guard? Oh, there you are. Okay, so how do I get this eyeball when no one is around? Is this a good spot? Or is that a guard? This sucks. I don't know how to do this.
So say your chum blows Nere out of there.
Okay, okay. That guard moves around.
Scrying eye seems oblivious to you.
Did I poke it out? Is it blinded? I'm gonna attack it again.
You attacked someone. Only the guards are allowed to.
But you wanted to help. You wanted me to do it. All right, let's talk our way out of it. All right, let's just go with deception. Go with guidance. Dang it.
The guard is impassive. Your little speech was unconvincing.
That's like all of my gold if I spend this. And I still haven't killed the eyeball.
The benefit of the doubt can only be bought so many times. This was the last of those times.
Yeah. I'm genuinely thinking about reloading my save again. Where did the guard see me? Was it that guard up there? Here they come again.
Scrying eye seems oblivious to you.
Does that mean it's dead? That's a guard for sure. Okay. The guard is watching me. So I guess I'll go talk to this guy.
Close the eye thing for good.
Dang it.
Bring near. Time we got what was coming to us.
Well, can we trade? Oh, great. You've got 12 gold. Never mind. That's another guard. Can I bring the eye down here? Because there's nobody around here, I don't think.
You sure we can trust him?
Let's try it. Okay. Nobody yelled at me that time. It cost me a lot of gold.
All that rock thumping and the eye's clobbered. Good work.
That sucks.
Time to bust Nere out and shred him.
I've obtained explosive powder.
Good. Drop it near the rubble when it's time. Flaming arrow or some such will set it off.
Okay. But not like throwing it. Alright, well, it was an expensive endeavor to do, but, you know, we're living with this consequence. And we've got allies for the next fight. Okay.
Faster! Heat up some rocks! Let's see how the little pricks do when we strap fire to their legs.
Not the most sophisticated way of getting what you want from someone, is it?
Move, Hoon! I don't have time for
No shoes. This is a good one. Because I'm pretty sure they wanted me to, like, start a fight with this person. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this.
Never thought I'd see these back. Nasty sneak gave even Gick the slip.
Put my shoes on me. Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Crafty little shits, these ones. You need a stiff cane to keep them in line.
I could always get those boots back by killing this person.
His bounty's yours. Now move. I've got no time for...
The parasite stirs.
But
it's a mere tickle. You hear no thoughts or memories. Just an echo of scars that never heal.
So...
Soul, eh? Useless wreck of a lookout could have told me. You're here to take responsibility. Tunnels collapsed. Trapped true soul Nere. He's stuck in there with poisoned geezers. We don't get him out soon, it's both our heads.
I can just say I'll take care of it, but I'm looking at how did Nere get trapped. I also don't know how to...
Previous tenants left a trap. Dropped a shit ton of metal once we dug a ways in. Get Nere out, and you'll have the Absolute's blessing. No doubting that.
Like, I want to get into this fight and figure out how to deal with it. Crap. I think I'll just... Like, so here's the thing. I don't want to hurt the dudes, the slaves that are being forced to clear it out. So I'm afraid if I say I'll take care of it, they're going to continue digging, and then I'll blow them all up. So I kind of want to get everyone to move out of the way.
That's so. Set it near the rubble and ignite it. That'll blow the drow out.
Okay. We could get this armor, which is clothing, and it offers, I would have to have patient defense active, but then I can use my reaction for an unarmed strike. That is useful and good, but I just never use patient defense. Personal space. After shoving an enemy, the wearer gains +1 to their armor class until their next turn. That might be good for Karlach.
Remember, things could always get worse for you.
Could they?
Back on your feet or I'll bite your toes off one by one.
Gross. Everybody in here is gross.
I'll peel your balls like potatoes if you don't move, and you better...
Don't do that either! Alright, so they did not move.
You pricks got some nerve.
As you near the rubble, a fragmented voice clutches at your mind.
True soul. True soul. Finally, you must clear rubble. Spilling poison.
Is anyone else in there?
Gnome slaves. Passage trap. Careful of mercs. Get me out.
Okay. I hear you.
His eyes is a blur. only make out a bit of rubble and few moving figures.
Let's use perception to try to focus and see what else we can, well, see. Shouldn't be too hard. Excellent, we got it. Give me that perception.
Into an image. Two gnomes feverishly removing debris, while two others lie dead at Nere's feet, their flesh scorched by powerful magic. Sense Nere's frustration tinged with rage as the connection fades.
Clean up this mess.
Okay.
Heads roll. And that goes for novices too.
I gotta find that explosive powder.
The slowest of you lot is getting tossed to a Rothe in heat.
Okay, so it's not there. Maybe it's... I wish these guys would stop yelling at me.
You better hope your little tricks didn't harm the true soul.
Okay, so it's not there either. There it is. Let's place in the world.
Out of the way. One spark and it'll blow.
Then everybody get away, get away, get away. Okay, good. Now, go ahead and fire bolts. Where is it? I'm waiting to see if I can find it. There it is.
Baldur, can you hear me? Baldur!
Okay. Time to see what the consequences of my actions are.
Worthless slaves. Your incompetence has been my ruin.
Does not.
Oh no! No more innocents will die today, Nere.
You care for the weak, true soul. Most curious.
Of course I care. I can't let these gnomes suffer. I have two missions. I can kill him because of the Myconid sovereign, or I can kill him because of the gnomes. And I'm going to choose to kill him because of the gnomes. And hopefully the mercenaries are on my back.
Here you stand, in bold defiance. A test, yes, you must be. The Absolute bade you to try Nere's faith.
Right.
Thrym, carve out his heart and serve it to the Rothe. If
Rothe
he is a true soul, let the Absolute save him.
I guess let's see if my backup is going to be my backup, or if I'm on my own. I could say use so much as to, like, I could just be on my own. I could say, I'm going to say nothing.
I see your idiocy is surpassed only by your ego.
And I thought I had allies.
Shitholes, both of you.
Good.
You owe my crew a 10 days worth of coin, Nere. And it's time you shell out.
Direct your blade at the heretic, Dwergar. You shall have your coin.
Damn right I'll have it. Me and that one, we got a deal.
Excellent.
We beat
Excellent.
your ass and dig the Jews out from your carcass.
You
Excellent.
bargained with this wretch. How vexing.
Well,
Nere
let's do it.
without mercy, true soul. The rat has given you a chance to earn my favor. Strike him down. Prove your faith.
I'm gonna side with the rebels, of course. I don't want Nere. I'm killing that dude.
Heretics. Let Nere be your end.
Okay, taking a look at this. I've only got 2 allies, which kind of sucks. I'm also way too close to the edge, but the gnomes are not a part of this. They're just gonna run away. Who are you? Dunal. And there's Nere. Excellent. And more guards are joining us. Okay! That's all I needed to know. Let's start with Eldritch Blast, and we're gonna launch on Thrin and Nere. They're our main targets. We just want to start putting blood on the ground with those dudes. And then we gotta be very careful about the lava. Good try. Good job. Ooh, you don't want to be that close to the edge. Alright, well this guy is all ensnared. He's not moving for a while, but we're going to try to take him out now. And one more. Only 6 left. Hopefully somebody can take him down. Fly into a rage. Like, my whole team is pretty close together, so I feel pretty good about that. I don't love when my wild magic hurts my allies, but I do love the increased damage and the half damage taken. Got that one. There you are. That was a very big hit. I like it. No more stuff to do. Excellent. Excellent. I don't know what that meant. No! I knew it was a bad idea to stand right next to the edge. What a dummy. Ouch. And that broke a concentration. Who did she hit that broke a concentration? Did she punch herself? If she did, that's fine. Let's go ahead and use a 3rd level spell and heal our allies. And that'll be the end of that. Okay, we saved on the disarming attack, which is great. Dope. Love a good magic missile. Love saving. Wow, I think she missed all 3 attacks. Okay, Will. You are ensnared, which is fine. You're gonna go toll the dead. He could take out Thrin in 1 hit, and that would be very cool. But he's not. Not this time. Okay, looks like we've got more allies joining us. I'm gonna go after this guy. Do it again. And then another one. Okay. It's down to 18. Karlak. Yeah, let's go for him. He's got weapon enchantment. Dang it! I wanted her to kill him in one! Whatever. At least he's down. She's still got a bonus action. I'm gonna shove, because she's got a ring that enhances her armor class. And that gnome ran away, so that's good. Alright, so I think Thrin went down. Dang it! Wow. This has become quite the fight. Good. Yeah, send him back into the poison. Dang it. Dang it! I understand. I now understand why all of that happened the way it happened. We're gonna do it again. Heal everybody on my team. We gotta keep our people alive. That's the last one I can do. But at least we've got these guys who are up and they are fighting. Dang it. She is dead. He's the guy who keeps controlling Shadowheart, so I'm gonna see if I can knock him out. You just gotta talk through it.
I won't give in.
And you, do we have any enemies nearby? No. So it appears that the best option is to get moving this way. Where are you? Man, that doesn't take us very far. I think I'm gonna have the rest of my team deal with that guy.
No traps, please.
And I'm gonna steal my boots back. We're gonna grab camp supplies. Those are just gonna go straight to Karlak. Gold. Jewelry, a gate. Ring of Absolute Force offers a Thunder Wave. Which is very cool. So we're gonna obviously take it. And then the boots. These go back to Will. Can't believe I made Will take off his boots.
This is my time.
He's barefoot! Put your boots on. Equip them. Oh, he needs an action to equip. Okay.
Nothing will stand in my way.
That was all I needed to know. I'm contented. I still have an action, so I think I'm gonna dash. And do some punching.
Grave mistake.
Dang it. Punch him again. Alright. He can run into the poison, let him. But at least he is threatened now. We've got 3 enemies left. And 1,000,000 allies. So I think
In position.
we're gonna go after Nere. Okay, we got a hit. Can't kill him, but we'll get another one. And we got the Bane. Excellent. Alright, my allies. Cool, cool. Get in there and take someone out, please. That was dope. And it killed him. I like it. I'm glad that they were on my side. Yes, counterspell. Ooh! Everybody who nearly gets shoved into...
You should never have come here.
Into the pit scares me. Okay, Shadowheart, get your shapely Tookus in this direction. We cannot heal, but we can try Firebolt. There's Nere. He's looking pretty beat up. I kind of hoped that that would be an explosion of fire. And level 2 for Sammy, who, there he is. It's like I can't see him. Alright, 10 is better than nothing. Okay. Yeah, get back in there and beat up the dude that pushed you around. That's pretty much all of our enemies except for Nere. And now everyone's going to descend upon Nere.
No time to waste.
Come on, there you are. Good. I think Nere will get another attack.
Can't stay idle.
Unless I can kill him. And that's what I'm going to try to do. Dang it.
Shithouse. You see it? Cock stench had a wriggler in his skull. All the more reason to clear out. Here's your cut. I always keep my word.
Well, at least we recovered some gold.
Gear, wipe your asses. Time I scrammed before more pricks from Moonrise Towers move in.
And the slaves, what about them?
Clan property. They come with us.
Can I buy them? I'm gonna try persuasion. If I need to fight him, then I need to fight him. Oh, that sucks. No one's there to offer guidance. Doesn't matter, I didn't need it.
You got a point. Likely to be all hobbled up, what with the lashings. Gnome pricks! You're off the hook! Scram before I get my senses!
I'm gonna be done. I don't need to know anything else from him.
The decaying corpse lies before you.
Let's remove its head, please. Give me some guidance. I don't need the strength. I could always get Karlach to do it. Don't even need it. Don't even need it. Excellent.
Cleanly from the drow's body.
Okay, now taking a look at everything that he's got. Ooh, that's the Misty Step I want. So I'm going to replace the boots that I am currently wearing with these ones. This dagger can go to Astarion. The Spider's Lyre, I've got one equipped. I guess let's send this one to Astarion. He can also be a Spider Lyre type guy. We'll take the Broken Moon Lantern, which sucks that it's broken.
Jack catches your eye. A lantern, it seems.
Guess I should have taken it last.
Flickers within.
Wonder if that's one of those moon lanterns.
A thick layer of dust coats the bottom of the lantern.
Damn. Too broken to help us through the shadows.
I'm gonna go with this one since it removes the penalty and it's a flat d20 plus guidance. So let's do it. Ouch! There's no way to get to it. Sometimes this game hates me. They're like, oh, you got some inspiration? Well, let's fail a dice roll so you have to use it. Just need a 2, only got a 1. Boo. Boo and hiss.
The dust seems quite ordinary.
Is that all like... Okay, I'm gonna do the inspection, which is even worse. Dang it! They really don't want me to know what is the deal with this moon lantern.
About the lantern strikes you as unusual.
Well, poop. Give it to someone else at some point. Yes! Finally! A new weapon for Will. And then we'll grab the parasite out of the brain. That is not going to... what's his name? Alright, I'm gonna save really quick. Then I'm gonna split Sammy from the group. And I'm going to attempt to navigate within here. Okay, so that was Wiki. I can't see any more treasure from inside of this room. And I don't see a way to vent the room. Okay, we'll have to come back to that room at some point. But first and foremost, let us speak with a lunk bug.
Baldur! I was so worried. Did Nere hurt you?
No, I'm all right. Did the sergeant hurt you?
Oh, who cares? We're together now, thank Iron Hand.
Aw. All right.
We ought to thank someone a little closer by, I think. Gaedel Iron Hand you may not be, but you damn well fight like him.
I'm just glad I got to be a part of it.
Don't mistake me, but why help us? You're one of them, aren't you?
A, no. B, you had a friend. Thank Thula. I'm gonna name drop again.
Glittering gods. I should have known that one was too damn stubborn to die. Here. The Iron Hand gnomes honor their debts. With Walburn gone, that falls to me.
I don't...
Make it quick. We need to find Walburn. Now.
I thought Walburn was gone.
Barkus, my lad. He's already
Oh.
been sent to Moonrise Towers.
I don't know anything.
Just slave hands to the cult, but not Walburn. He knows things.
Interesting.
Things they want to know too.
Okay.
What has he gotten himself mixed up in now?
So there's still a gnome that I'm looking for. I'm gonna go with the... I'm gonna go with persuasion, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. Please offer me some guidance. Thank you, Will. It wasn't good enough. That's my fault. That sucks.
It doesn't matter. We can't help him from here. My people can barely stand, and we have business back in the city.
Okay.
That business is what sent us after the powder to begin with.
I should have said the other thing.
And just like that, you'd leave Walburn behind. I knew you lot were foolish, but I didn't know you were cruel.
If you knew half as much as you think, my lad, Walburn might have kept you around.
I'm just gonna say, if my path takes me to Moonrise, which it will, I will see about freeing Wolverine myself.
He'd admire your resolve and your optimism. My people will find somewhere to regroup across the lake. Then, onto the city.
Okay.
If you find yourself in Baldur's Gate, seek us out. We'll raise a glass to Wulbren together.
Alright, so we know they are going back to Baldur's Gate. That is cool. We have completed that particular mission. The dwarves are still around, just kind of hanging, doing their thing. I could talk to everybody else and they would probably be like, "You're good in a fight, bro." Yeah, I don't think I need any of that. Darn, I was hoping there was something that would allow me passage into that poisoned area. Also keep in mind, these guys still view everything on the ground as belonging to them. So I still can't loot the place. Okay. We can open this, no one's around.
Stop fussing, it's nothing, I swear.
Okay.
I'm your husband. It's my job.
So there is more to explore.
Best keep your hands to yourself. You're being watched.
All I wanted to do was look at a statue. You can't look at that statue. Only we are allowed to look at statues. That's what I'm that's what I'm hearing. Can I loot the corpses of the people that we killed? Looks like I can. They don't really have anything worth it. Oh, but he does. Alright, so this might be good for Shadowheart. And then both of these would be good for Lae'zel. Although she already has a magical bow. But we are going to send them to Lae'zel nonetheless. Okay, looking around, we can head back. We have not found the Sharan Temple yet, although I kind of think we have. There is more to explore past the Poison Room, and there is the Forge. So we just have to remember the Underdark Grim Forge. But otherwise... Pew, pew, pew. Gotta make my face disappear briefly. There it is, the Myconid colony. I'm gonna turn in ahead. We've got Nere's skull in a bag, and I'm gonna deliver it. I bring you your vengeance. Oh, I can also talk to Thula. I've rescued everybody.
I'm coming along, just not fast enough. Any word on my people?
I've saved them. Expect to see them here soon.
You did? Then I owe you more than I can ever repay. Thank you.
I've also killed the Dwagar that were hunting you.
I'm almost sorry to hear it. I hope to have the pleasure myself.
Well, they had the
There's
antidote.
plenty more guarding my people, but I'd say you've made a fine start.
And the ones guarding your people should leave. I'm not going to be like, hey, get up and leave. Not when her family's coming. I like this, Sovereign. I've brought you Nere's head. Literally.
The drow sought to shatter our circle.
Then didn't you want the whole corpse?
You have brought this circle life, and thus we name you Life Chanter.
I got a new title! Everybody, on your knees! Or I guess dance. Dance for me.
As our circle grows, so shall your song. Wherever you go, only listen, and you may hear it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. This offers Voice of the Circle. I don't know what that means, but maybe it offers boosts and bonuses? Regardless, we're obviously taking it. And now, we can finally go get that treasure. Again, I don't want that ring, so I'm kind of ignoring that particular waypoint, because my Mind Flayer friend is currently able to hide from the rest of them. So I don't want to, like, ruin that. Alright, let's see what kind of treasure we got. Okay. Flumph mating rituals.
The cover proudly announces this book to be Flumph Mating Rituals.
That's the book I've been looking for. Let's do... Everything's going to be -1. Let's do a nature check. Please offer me guidance, Will. Thank you, Will.
Underdark fauna is a topic much written on, but this title has never appeared in any collection you've seen.
Neat.
Scrutiny proves too much. The lurid text melts away before your eyes.
Ooh.
What remains are simple instructions written in a spare hand. The secret to forging adamantine.
That's awesome. Now we've got the forge, and we've got the recipe. Among the Sharans dwelled the gnome Siluv Yali, whose talents for wizardry were known from Candlekeep to Sorcerer. Under his tutelage, the Sharans built the Great Forge, which could heat mithril with such vigor as to turn it to adamantine. With this astonishing metal, they could mold the finest blades and armor. Yet the jewel of Yali's eye was not the forge itself, but the protector he conjured from the magma to guard it. A construct said to be so mighty that no blade could fell it, and no spell could pierce it. Instructions for operating the Great Forge are listed underneath. Ingredients, raw mithril ore, and a proper mold. Place the ore and mold into the respective chambers, pull the lever to lower the hammer, and prepare the ore for smelting. Open the valve to allow lava into the crucible. Drop the hammer again to forge the product. So, very simple. Like, it's just that whole bit about the construct that I'm a little worried about.
Now to find out if it lives up to the legends.
Just taking a look to see if there's anything that I want to send to someone else. Nah, we'll take it all. I'm not encumbered yet. Shadow of Minzo something or other. Oh, it's a helmet. And it offers me the Shrouded in Shadow class action. I imagine that is a rogue class action. So we'll pick it up. We will pick up that. Open the burlap sack. Don't need the shoes. Grab the scroll of blindness. Don't need rags. Now, what do we have over here? Got a mushroom somewhere, but I don't think I need it. Kind of sounds like there's an airplane outside of my house. Like a very slow moving one. Ooh, maybe the bombs are gonna drop. It has finally happened! Alright, this table is all lit up fancy. But there's nothing there. Okay, I feel good about all of that. Plus we got the experience. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna head off to camp really fast. Then we can return to that particular place.
70 years of terror. For what?
Okay. I don't see any exclamation points, which is always good. At some point, I'm going to need to deal with all of my equipment and everything that I'm carrying on me. But that is not going to be today. Instead, for today, well, let's just make sure that nobody's going to do anything. Okay. All right, there goes the save. If you have enjoyed yourself, I think we're going to call it here. If you've enjoyed yourself and you want to come back for more, hit that follow button and turn on your notifications. Tomorrow, I am going to be playing some Diablo 4. It will be just kind of a nice, chill, relaxed stream, so feel free to join. If you are working on finishing the season, we are almost at the end of the season. I can help you with anything that is causing you trouble. I cannot guarantee that I will get you to finish the season, but I am available tomorrow during the stream. If you are watching and you want to support the channel financially, there should be a button above my head. If you are sitting on a Prime subscription, click that button and you can send it to me. Otherwise, I would take any subscription that you wanted to buy. Go for it. If you're watching in the future on YouTube, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. You can also leave a comment, and eventually I will get to those as well. And then finally, if you are into audio-only podcasts, check out mine. It is called Potato Chip Pictures. It is a movie franchise review podcast, and we are currently looking at the Bond franchise. And on Friday, our review of License to Kill comes out, so make sure to get caught up and be ready for the newest episode to drop. All right, my dudes, thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow with Diablo 4, Monday with more Baldur's Gate, and I will see you all later. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye!